Appreciate it.
Hey legends, welcome back to the next episode of Chatting with Chappy.
Got a beer next to me, which is going down the street, trying different things, and that's it. I mean, that's a long-term goal. Is just...
Hey legends, welcome back to the next episode of Chatting with Chappy. We have Cam from Only Birdies. How you going, man?
Good, thanks, mate. How are you?
I'm going good. How's the heat up where you are?
Yeah, a bit better today. We're just chatting. Obviously, it's more the humidity that gets me. So, just got done mowing the lawn. So, got a beer next to me, which is going down the street.
That's what I like to hear.
Yeah. So, not as hot as the last few days, which has been good. So, good timing.
Yeah, nice. I like that. So, Cam, what is Only Birdies? Where did Only Birdies come from?
I guess, do you mean the name or the business,
the whole
or
thing. What made you think of it? Where did the name come from? Is anyone else involved? Talk to us about the whole lot.
Yeah, well, just it's just me. To answer that question first, I suppose some decisions and brainstorming ideas come from the wife as well. But
Nice.
yeah, it's just me as far as doing it all. I guess where it started was for years I've sort of wanted to have my own business and be my own boss. Only Birdies is a very long way off from that being reality as far as full time.
Yep.
Being a boss full time, but yeah. So I've had a million ideas, I suppose, through the years of trying different things and coming up with ideas and whatnot, and never really followed through with it. And funnily enough, I was actually listening to a business podcast about a year ago, probably with a guy that I know previously worked with, and I really enjoyed the podcast. So I started listening to a few more from that guy that was hosting them, and one of them was an interview from another clothing brand and sort of their startup story. And it was a really good podcast to listen to, and I didn't realize sort of, I don't want to say easy, but just I guess there is a process that you can go through, and in order to get fabric and get samples made up, that was relatively easier than I thought it was. So I thought that was a pretty cool idea. And I think that same day when I was driving, obviously I'm a huge golf fan, I just clicked maybe I should do something with golf. Not realising how many other people are doing it at the moment as well. But
It's
yeah, so as soon as I sort of had that idea, like that same day, while I used to be on the road full time as a sales rep, so I used to do a lot of driving, a lot of thinking, and yeah, just a million ideas started coming through my head as far as different designs and ideas for different stuff. And then sort of just started, I guess, looking up how to get started, really. As far as the name goes, it wasn't my first name. I had a few other names, but when I sort of went to look and register the business name and the website, the domain, they were taken. So I sort of had to keep brainstorming and come up with something. So I literally just started Googling like golf phrases because I wanted it to have something to do with golf in the name. I thought, obviously, the mainstay of brands that have been around for years and years don't really reference golf in their name, but they obviously don't need to because they've been around for so many years. And I just thought, as a new brand, it probably needs to have some sort of golf reference to it. I had some advice from other people like urging me to go against that, just because they thought there might be sort of too many similar names out there if you chose something to do with golf. But I still decided to do it. And yeah, literally just started Googling like different phrases, golf related, and stumbled across this, and I thought it rolled off the tongue pretty well. I was a little bit worried that I suppose being Only Birdies, like if people might take it the wrong way, thinking that, I don't know, you can only wear the stuff if you're confident to make birdies, or people aren't confident enough to wear it because it is kind of promoting birdies kind of thing. But I thought it was a good sort of play on words, and I'm going to tweak it a little bit over time as far as like bring out a logo. So if people don't want to have big, bold Only Birdies on their shirt or their hat or glove or whatever it might be, that sort of the logo can represent that as well. So that's kind of like a plan down the track. But yeah, that's pretty much how it all came about, really.
Yeah, nice. And what's your current role in your job that made you sort of think, I want to go off and do this?
As far as what I'm doing for work now, or
yeah.
Well, when I first started the business or came up with the concept, I was a sales rep for a beer company. Yep. So on the road all day, every day, visiting bottle shops and pubs and whatnot, selling beer. So a lot of time to think, a lot of time to listen to podcasts and whatnot. But about 4 months ago, I moved across to a golf company actually called the Golf Network. So you might know the website Crazy Golf Deals.
Yes.
That's kind of our big big part of the business. So my role is for New South Wales and Queensland is to obviously negotiate deals with our current clubs that advertise through Crazy Golf Deals, but also try and sign up as many golf clubs as we can to get a discounted rate and send some more social golfers to their courses pretty much, as well as there's another branch of the business called the Golfer Tour, which is an event series that leads to a season finale every year on the Gold Coast.
Yep.
So we host those events all through New South Wales and, give away prizes and all that sort of stuff. So still in sales, but in golf at the moment, which is awesome and such good timing because I sort of started there right when I was launching this business. So it was perfect timing, really, yeah.
And did that lead you to gaining like really good networks? Like, you know, people, you sort of talk to people, go, hey, I'm trying to start this. Do you know someone I can talk to, or do you know who I can lean on? Did any of that in your role help you with where you're heading?
I pretty much had everything already sorted before I started with my current job. Yeah. So in the interview process, I obviously mentioned to them that this was something that coincidentally I had planned to do. It was all set up, ready to go. I just hadn't launched it yet. So as far as getting it off the ground, not really, because it was already sorted. I sort of had discussions with my company and bosses about if we can sort of work with them together sort of throughout this year and going forward, but that'll be a bit of a slow burn, I think. So, once I sort of get that figured out and what that might look like, it'd be a great opportunity, I suppose. I'm going to sort of 30, 40 golf events a year, so if I can sort of chat about it or give away prizes or whatever it might be, it's just a good way to spread the brand and spread the word, I suppose.
Well, that's it. You can just find a nice little table. You can just slide an Only Birdies shirt and hat in there, and people are like, oh, what's this guy? And then hey, right here, I'm right here. Yep, talk to me, I'm right here. So that's good.
That's it.
I know we spoke about potentially something similar. I'm sure you've heard of Golf Crew Australia, probably your rival, I guess. I'm the Melbourne captain. And
that's awesome.
Obviously, we've spoken about like potentially just grabbing a hat and a shirt. I'm going to have a sponsors table just to showcase like what they offer, and at every sort of event, there's going to be nearest to pin and longest drive based on the one company. So, say if you were to join on, hole 7 at Ballarat would be nearest to pin, sponsored by Only Birdies, and then whoever wins that will receive a sign. I could probably go and get one to show you, and it'll have a QR code, and they scan that when they want to come to your store, and they pick their prize and you send it away to them. So
awesome.
But like, you could do a very similar thing. You could just drop a hat and a shirt on the table at these big events and just leave it sitting there and just have a little bit of a contact info on there.
Oh, that's it. I mean, that's a long-term goal, is just getting it in the hands of as many people as I can, really. Sort of the biggest motivator for me with the business is I want to have high quality products, but I want it to be affordable prices. So sort of word of mouth only really starts to spread when people are wearing them or seeing them in person, because it's pretty hard online, obviously. As many events and whatnot that I could potentially sponsor or just get involved with, it's definitely a long-term goal of mine for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And have you had any sort of pushback? Like, have you had any like, what's been the hardest part for you to get this off the ground? Is it the fact that there's so many apparel companies coming through Australia right now, or has it just been exposure? What's been the hardest thing for you?
As far as getting up and going, like, without sounding sort of, I don't know, cocky or whatever, like, starting a business is relatively easy. Like, obviously you got to put funds up and whatnot, but the principle behind getting it up and running is simple enough. If you want to pay the money to do it, it's more getting the results, I suppose, is the tough part. So, like, it's one of those things when you launch, you sort of get a few sales and friends and family are 90% of those sales and whatnot, which is awesome. They want to support you and whatnot. But I suppose when you see that initial part die down, and then it's up to you to sort of engage audience through content or social media or whatever, and just try and get as many new followers or as many people across the website as possible, and then hopefully that leads to purchases. That's probably the biggest challenge. I'm on social media a lot, but I don't post a lot when it comes to my personal profiles and whatnot. So sort of having to try and stay relatively active with stories or posts is probably the biggest thing I struggled with, to then hopefully that lead to sales. And it's something that I do enjoy it. Like, it's time consuming, but I do like it. So it'll just be a sort of work in progress and hopefully build from there. But I'd say that's the toughest part, is sort of getting that in audience engaged to then lead to sales. I think even the big brands, their conversion rate when you get on their website is still pretty low. So let alone smaller brands that are just getting started. So that's why I'm really big to sort of try and get to some of these events and sponsor as many people as I can, because it's just an extra avenue to get eyeballs across it and hopefully get some sales.
Well, absolutely. And like in what I do, content creation and videos and whole vlogs and that sort of stuff. I don't know whether it is because I follow you, but I see a lot of other guys that you've obviously either had sales from, or you've done a giveaway, or you've given them some stuff, and they tag you a lot. I see it quite a lot. So I think you're on the right track, definitely, with who you're choosing and that sort of stuff, because they are bigger profiles and definitely the right people that'll get your brand out there. So I think if you get some of these events sponsored up, or even if you're just there with a hat and a shirt or something like that, I think it'll definitely look, because personally I love it because it's such good quality. Obviously I was very fortunate to win the Pulse giveaway. And it's just great stuff. Like, I did the unboxing, and my first thought was the hat was brilliant. Like, I love it. So I'm a big hat fella. So it definitely ticked my box. So I love it.
No, I appreciate that, mate. Thank you.
Oh, good, mate. Now? I have been guessing, and I've been getting them all wrong. What's the new logo? What are the two new pieces? So that way I can guess again and win. So
I suppose you want to know what the new item is for the new logo, or?
And I can edit this out for you if you don't want it to be seen.
No, I don't care. It's totally fine. It should be in my hands hopefully by the end of next week. So I've got 2 gloves coming out. Hopefully be shipped over the weekend, if not start next week, and in my hands late next week or the week after. So those new sort of designs on that I put on my story was for the strap for the glove. So I've had that second logo with the running riding sort of. I've had that made for a while. I was just waiting to sort of think about what the right item would be to put on it. So I thought I'd start off with a glove where it's a bit more subtle and see how people like it.
And did anyone guess correctly?
Yes, one of my mates did actually, but he used to have a golf glove business, so he knew straight away what the template was. So but most people got it wrong, to be honest. So make you feel a bit better.
Oh, I feel a lot better now. Speaking of the glove, and obviously that's a different piece of apparel from your current shop. What else have you got in store potentially? Are you going to stick, to a nice little tight niche that you're working on? Perfect polos and gloves, or are you going to do more hats? Are you going to start doing shorts, hoodies, Q-zips? What's in the future for you?
Oh, to be honest, mate, I'd love to do everything really. Like, my long-term vision is to sort of have pretty good quality material and fashionable stuff for everything. So from jackets to the shorts to pants to everything. Obviously that involves a lot of money and a lot more sales to generate revenue to get to that stage. So my initial plan is I'm probably going to be focusing on the smaller items at the moment, just because you can buy them in a bit smaller quantity and they cost a bit less. And hopefully if your margins are good enough that you can sort of get a bit more money and add a few new items and whatnot. So for the next little while, unless I get a crazy peak of sales or peak following or whatever, it'll be sort of smaller stuff like some towels, gloves, got some hats and stuff like that. So I've got all the samples made and ready and pretty much happy with them. It's just whether I can, get to the financial stage where I can pull the trigger, and because I don't want to sort of drip feed one item here or there. Like, I kind of want to do at least 2 or 3 at a time. And that's why I did the new driver cover last week or the week before, and the gloves are supposed to be at the same time, but they were a bit delayed, but still sort of within the same month. I don't sort of want to be going, here's one item here, 3 months later, here's another item here. I want to do sort of at least 2 or 3 at a time. So pretty much ready to pull the trigger on some hats and a towel. Maybe another driver cover. But long-term goals to do all the major sort of, some new shirts, some jackets, pants, all that sort of stuff. Some shorts as well. I think that golf. I think there's a bit of a gap in the market as far as good shorts. There's sort of and sort of the style of them too. Like, got a few ideas that I think would sort of resonate, especially with the younger demographic. So, yeah, time will tell. See if we get there.
I 100% agree with that. Every sort of company that I've had something to do with, no one does shorts. No one does the sort of lower half, which I totally understand now talking to you, just the financial burden that comes in with, like, you've got to, we'll start with shirts because everyone's got to have a golf shirt. So, like, obviously there's the order that you need, the quantity you need to order is obviously quite high, which then there's a bit of an outlay, which means you've got to sell more to sort of kick off something else. So, yeah, but I would say doing the bottom part is not done by very many people at the moment. You know, like, obviously you've got the big five who are, you know, obviously Adidas and Puma. They've all got shorts and pants and stuff like that. But, you know, like, you're thinking of Australian brands. I don't really want to name anyone because I don't want to, like, point anyone out. But, like, yeah, like I get a lot of shirts, a lot of hats, but, like, I've never other than Leo up in Queensland, they're the only
I've seen theirs. Yeah,
they're the only real shorts that I've got from any sort of brand that I've had anything to do with. So I think you're on the money with that one.
Thanks, mate. Yeah, see, we get there. So price will be a big thing too, because those 5 major brands you mentioned, like, some of their shorts are like $80-$90, which is crazy for a pair of shorts. So if I can bring out a pair for $40 or $50 and they're good quality and the style that I think will do well, I think could be a good one. So we'll see if we get there.
I think so. And like I've got some Puma shorts and I got them off Golf Box when they were deep in the clearance section. But I think they still cost me like $60 or something like that. And that's on full on clearance. They were 2 seasons ago, and you think, geez, I'm still, you know, paying that much. Where, you know, you want to sort of be repping someone from home, right? You big time. Like, if Australians are out here making Australian quality gear, let's wear it and be seen.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
And, like, I would feel nothing better than, you know, walking down a fairway and having some dude go, hey, that's a sick outfit. Like, who are you wearing there? And you're like, oh, Cam from Only Birdies. And then, you know, you lead them onto a conversation or something, you know, like, where they're like, oh, sweet, I'm going to go give that guy. Like, you turn around and go, this is less than $50. They're less than $50. His hat's $20 or $30. You think, you know, that's going to engage people to go and grab it. So, yeah. But I just sort of thought I'd ask that question because a lot of people sort of want to make a very unique little market where they're like, okay, we only do hats, or we only do driver covers, balls. Do you have balls in your future?
I haven't really thought about it, and I didn't really know, to be honest, I don't know how tough or easy it would. I've seen a few of the other brands are starting to bring them out, so I don't want to say it's easy, but that makes me think that maybe it's easier than I thought it was, because I thought it was just almost impossible to get your own good quality ball out there. I'd have to look into it more as far as how much it costs and all that sort of stuff, but I am keen on it. It does interest me, because that's why I'm sort of keen to get these gloves out there, because they're products where, like, gloves, you might get 8-10 rounds out of it, and then you need new gloves. So if people with that, my gloves become their favourite glove, they're going to be repeat purchases every couple of months if they're regular golfers. And same with golf balls. Like, depending how good a golfer you are and how many balls you lose, you could be buying a whole new box every month. So if you got a good set of golf balls that are pretty cheap but still good quality, like, you could get repeat customers all the time. So those sort of items do interest me. I'd have to look into it a bit more, but yeah, once I saw a few other brands doing it, it definitely piqued my interest. Yeah.
Even a subscription box would be cool. Like, you know, you could put together a box of Only Birdie, you call them Tour Pros, or Pro V1Xs, but have Only Birdies, you know what I mean? You have 2 sort of, one for this or one for that, you know. Yeah, like, you got your Pro V1, your Pro V1X, you could have 2 separate types, once a month or once every 2 months. You know, you just sign up for $100, get a box of balls, get a new hat and a new glove or something like that. That way, when, as you said, if it runs out every 10 or so rounds, you know, there's a new one coming in a couple of months or once a month or whatever the case would be. I reckon that'd be a pretty sweet idea.
Yeah, I've thought about that, and I think that's a really good model if you can have 3 or 4 items in your sort of arsenal that, as you said, yeah, people need more than once a year. Yeah, it opens the idea up for a subscription like that, which is pretty cool. And yeah, as I said, constant sales and constant turnover, that's everyone's goal. So yeah, I've thought about that, and yeah, I do like the idea.
Yeah, nice. I reckon that'd be cool. Like, I don't really think I've seen many people doing it. But yeah, like you see Envy, Mully Box, like they obviously do more apparel. Like they throw a hat in, tees, shirts, stuff like that. But I think if you had like a player's box, balls, glove, maybe some tees would be cool. And like I don't know, whether you had a different hat or something, yeah, $120, and then you just have it as an ongoing thing where you're going to have that repeat sale every month. But of course, you want it to be profitable, so it would be all about figuring out how much you mark it up or whatnot.
Yeah, no, it's a good concept. I have to get you on as a advisor.
I'm here for the people, man. No, that's good. Let's lead into some golf questions for you personally. How much are you playing?
Oh, mate, not a lot at the moment, unfortunately. I've just had my second child, so I've got one that's about 2.5 and one that's 2 months old. So few and far between at the moment, unfortunately. I played last week, but it'll be once a month at most at the moment, I'd say, if that. So hopefully, as the youngest, my little son, if he gets a bit easier as the months go on, it could turn into once every fortnight, hopefully. But
That'd be cool.
yeah, we'll just see. Go to the driving range every now and then during their lunchtime naps and whatnot. But yeah, full games of golf, few and far between at the moment, unfortunately.
You'll get back out there, mate. How are you hitting them when you do get out? Pretty good, or?
Oh, patchy. It's one of those ones where if you don't play regulars, I'm sure you know, like you feel like you're hitting all right, but you're just not scoring very well because you miss a green here and you can't get up and down because you don't have the touch around the greens or whatever it might be. So had some okay scores, had some shockers, but that's just when you don't play regularly. That's yeah, it's just what you expect, I suppose. So still frustrating because especially last week I was going all right and crashed and burned, so it was a bit frustrating. But I'm hitting it okay enough that I think if I can start playing regularly, it'll be all right. So
perfect. What's the favourite club?
Probably driver. Probably my most consistent club. Driver or putter. Everything in between is a bit inconsistent, but driving and putting is normally okay. Yeah, probably driver though.
Handicap?
It's 2.8 at the moment, but I'm not promoting that because I'm definitely not playing to it. So when a few flags drop off, it'll be a lot higher. So fingers crossed I can replace them with decent scores, but
That's the go.
it's not going to happen.
You're definitely one of the best handicaps we've had on the show, so congratulations. That's awesome. I'd love to.
Not claiming it at the moment, but that was back when I was playing regularly.
No, it's all good. What ball do you use?
I got at the moment probably ones because I got a box of them for Christmas. But before that, I was using when I was playing regularly. It was when the Titleist AVXs came out, which went a bit further. I hit it quite high, and I was told they go a bit lower, so that's why I started using them. And yeah, I quite liked them. So once I sort of get through these Pro V ones, I'll probably go back to them.
Yeah, nice. I personally like the True Feel, but yeah, I got lucky with a box of Pro Vs as well, and I've just sort of I don't want to lose them, but once I cycle through them, head back to the True Feel. I don't know why, it was just the ball that I was really, 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 really consistent with. So going pretty well at the moment, but yeah, the True Feels were definitely they just felt right off the club. Don't know why.
Yeah, when you're comfortable with something, it gives you a bit more confidence and you play better, I reckon. So each their own.
Well, that's right. And like I cycled through some of the what's the word you could use for them? Like Snell Golf, Vice Golf. You know, they make balls and they're quite like they're different. Like no one's sort of heard of them, but they're a pretty cool brand. You look on their Instagrams and they got heaps of followers and sort of like a cult ball. So I was using them and I thought these are great, and I really liked the Vice balls, and I just bought the variety pack. And I got to the Tour Pro or the Tour, and I thought these balls are great. You only get two of each variety, so I was like, as soon as they were gone, I sort of just haven't really replenished them because they come from Germany, so they take ages to come. And I was like, just go like the True Feels. They're one of the cheaper Titleists, and for some reason they work. So I was pretty happy with that.
Yeah, I've seen at the events we host. I've seen a ton of people using the Vice balls, and they all rave about them. So, especially the price as well. It's a bit like what I'm trying to do: good quality stuff at affordable prices. So,
Yeah, correct.
yeah, that had heaps of people. I've seen heaps of people using them, and they all rave about it.
Oh, I thought they were insane, but yeah, like I think they're only $50, $49 for the tour, for a box. But then it's sort of $20 to get them shipped here, and then you got to wait 2 or 3 weeks. So it's kind of like just go to the pro shop, and I could get True Feels for, I think they're only like $50, and you get them on the day, and you just tee off and off you go.
Yeah, that's it. Shipping can kill you sometimes.
Especially nowadays, I don't know, like Oz Post is just getting slaughtered all the time. They're just always under the pump. Like I had, do you know the Lucky Golfer? Have you ever heard of him or the company?
No.
So lately, I was watching just on Instagram. There was the Lucky Golfer, and he sort of gets out of his cart, and he's got this really cool fluoro green ball that's basically the TaylorMade Tour response with the big stripe around it.
Oh yeah.
And he sort of putts with it, and he's like, "Do you and your mates want to win a $45,000 trip to Hamilton Island to play golf for a weekend or something like that?" And I was like, "Oh, that piques my interest." But yeah, I sort of picked those balls, and they took forever. They came from Queensland, Sippy Downs, I think it was, and like Ozpost were like, they'll be here on the what date is it now? The 3rd, like say the 10th of Jan, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, where are these things? I look on the Ozpost app and it's got delayed, and I was like, geez, it's only Queensland. But I think it was when they were going through the storms and the cyclone.
Oh yeah.
And all that sort of stuff. So I was like, oh shit. But it took ages for them to come. But yeah, Ozpost is just getting slower and slower. But it is what it is.
Yeah, I've been pretty lucky with them so far, but touch wood, I don't have any hiccups. But yeah, you hear stories for sure.
What's your best score, Cam?
2 under. Yeah.
Decent. Where was that at?
I was at my original course. I grew up playing. It's called Asquith, just sort of in the suburbs out of Sydney. I used to live sort of 2-minute drive from there. So yeah, it was where I grew up. Yeah.
Live or PGA?
I want to say live because so many people bagged it, and then like for no reason. Or sorry, not no reason. Like everyone knew the reasons, but it was a bit over the top. Yeah, I do like live, but I think as far as a consumer goes, because it doesn't have the broadcast, I suppose relationships that the PGA Tour has, the broadcast is still way better to watch, in my opinion. Just as far as the quality of it, so probably still PGA Tour, but I do like live, and yeah. So
I like it too. I think it's just a different way to watch golf. Like the PGA Tour is so, proper and fancy. Pants tucked in, all that sort of stuff. Where you go to live, they've got shorts on. They're walking down the middle of the place partying. Like then there's a party hole, and it's a good spectacle, to be honest. And like the one we had in Adelaide was pretty cool to watch. I didn't get to go live, but I watched it on 7+ and that sort of stuff. But yeah, I definitely was one that was like, nah, I don't like it. They're stealing, they're stealing all the players. It's huge money. Like, where's the money coming from? Is it legitimate, stuff like that? But I don't like seeing John Rahm go because he was going for the tour. He was one of my favourites, so it sort of sucks. But like, their season kicked off last night or something like that. So they're booming. But like, The PGA is great. Like, you've got your Pebble Beach on at the minute and Spyglass Hill, and that's really great to watch. Plus, you've got the Vic Open down here on KO, which I'm watching flat out because there's a couple of guys that I've spoken to on the pod who are competing, and they're just fantastic people. And I sort of got a really close eye on quite a few of them now, and it's great to, like, if I can sort of be the first one to sort of see their score and quickly throw it on my story and tag them. They're the first ones to like it or put a little emoji or flame next to it and stuff like that. They're really great people. So it's great fun. Like, and especially doing what I'm doing, I'm meeting a lot of cool people and gaining some great friendships and relationships. So it's been good. That's awesome, man. Yeah, I've been following it. Pretty much since we came across each other, and it's looking like it's going pretty well, which is awesome to see. Oh, thanks, man. And like, in all honesty, it's only because of people like you. Yeah, no, that's it, man. It's very
very good outlook to have, and it's like any industry, I suppose, that the good people normally rise to the top, and the wankers, one of a better term, end up burning themselves. So yeah, no, it's definitely a good outlook.
How are you going for time, Cam?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna wrap it up if that's okay. Yeah.
No dramas at all. Thanks so much for coming on.
No, that's right. Was there any more questions, or that was all done?
I just wanted to ask you. I ask everyone, where would be your dream course to be invited to?
Oh, everyone's going to say Augusta, so I'll do something different. I reckon I'd enjoy playing St Andrews more than I would Augusta, so I'll say St Andrews.
Yeah, perfect. All right, mate. Last one I've got for you. If you can answer it, you don't have to. But what's coming to Only Birdies 2024? What are you most excited about?
Oh, hopefully just new products, to be honest. Like obviously just brought out the driver covers and got two different gloves coming in the next couple of weeks. So if I could get between 5 and 8 sort of new products by the end of the year, that'd be ideal really. And that would naturally mean that sales were continually growing in order for me to bring out new products. So yeah, I'm not going to throw out any pipe dreams of being able to do it full time at the end of the year, because unless something crazy happens, it's just unrealistic. But yeah, if I can just bring out maybe 5, 6, maybe more products by the end of the year, that'd be awesome.
Hell yeah! Just keep chipping away at it, man. You're a great character and you're a great person. You got some great products, so no doubt people will start to take notice. And us guys on the content creation will keep helping you out as much as we can, and we'll just keep moving forward as a team.
No, I appreciate it, mate. Thank you. And likewise for yourself.
Awesome. Thanks, Cam. Thanks so much for your time, mate. Guys, thanks, Cam. Thanks for coming on the pod. I really appreciate your time, man.
Too easy, brother. Have a good one.